Hi drummers, hope you're well. Right, shout out to channel member Alan. Great rock drum fill here. There's loads of great fills in this tune. This is Next Year by Foo Fighters, played by Dave Grohl on drums, this one. And there's loads of great fills, but this is the one that stood out to me. It goes like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So it starts on the and of beat 1. Should say this happens at 3 minutes 48 in the tune after a little stop. Comes in, beautiful, starts on the and of beat 1. Why do we do this? Why do we look at drum fills and sort of learn them note for note? Well, for inspiration is the main reason, in my opinion. You might be playing a cover of this song and you want to play it note for note. Great, that's nothing wrong with that. But the main reason for me by a million miles is, of course, Dave Grohl is completely epic. His phrasing is completely epic. This is a chance for us to digest his stuff, his style, and just really make our own thing with it, potentially make changes to it. But by learning the classics, by exposing, I think this is such an overlooked idea, by exposing our musical and drumming brain to the classics, we put us, on a regular basis, we put ourselves, in my opinion, in a stronger and stronger and stronger position when it's time to be creative. The same drummers often who say, in my experience, who say, oh, why would you want to learn it note for note what someone else played, are also the same drummers who play the same things a lot, and also the same drummers who say, oh, I can't really think of anything to play on drum fills, I get a bit stuck. Take in great quality information, in my opinion, then you'll be in such a great position to be creative. That's how I see it anyway. So this one starts on the and of beat 1 with a flam. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. You're then going to go, I'm playing that as a right hand flam, so the right stick is strong. Then straight afterwards on the up to the high tom, or a tom-tom, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. You're then going to play a kick drum on beat 2, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. You then basically repeat that little phrase again. You're then going to play a flam, a tom-tom, and a kick again. I've chosen to do that like the other way around. For me, that's how it flowed well. So the first flam I played was with the right stick. And then I reversed it, right? So then I went a left flam, tom-tom, bass drum. So on the count of 1 and 2 E and, I've gone 1, 2, 3, 4. Here it comes. 1, 2. You then got a bass drum again on the 1, 2. Then on the count of 3 E and 4 E and straight 16ths, you've got. So classic split flams here. Here's a great bit of inspiration I think we could take from Dave Grohl. He plays this all the time. It's a brilliant sound. The idea of split flams. So a flam, one of these, but the sticks are played on different surfaces, different drums. Sounds like here he's playing the grace notes on the floor tom or a low tom. I'm not saying the exact toms are correct here, but some kind of low tom. And the snare drum plays the loud note. And then single stroke roll 16ths for beat 4. So 3 E and. So this fill goes 1 and 2 and 3 E and 4. Now this doesn't happen quite like this in the song, but just to drill it, we're going to go really slow here. I'm going to play 1 bar of groove, like a straightforward groove. And then I'm going to play 1 bar fill, and I'll do that classic thing of just working it up to speed. Hopefully this is one just to play around with, digest into your vocabulary, maybe lovingly, reuse it, or maybe do your own thing with it, change it around a little bit. But just as a starting point, I think it's really brilliant. This is a really cool song, actually, because it's like a Britpop style tune, I reckon. I think that's fair to say. Like, I think around that time, this was from 2000, I think. Around that time, Foo Fighters often did like quite mellow Britpop style tunes. It definitely puts me in mind of Oasis and songs from that sort of era. But the drums are more rock. It's Dave Grohl, right? So the drums are a bit more rock than you would find in those bands. A bit more like there's a slightly, not quite heavy metal, but like a heavy rock edge that you wouldn't get from the Britpop bands so much. It's a really, really nice little sound, I think. So I'm going to go 1 bar groove, 1 bar fill, roll it around, speed it up. Here it comes. So 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. something like that anyway. It doesn't go lightning fast. This tune is at 88 beats per minute. So it's not quarter notes, so it's not lightning fast. 1. So again, I just feel so much that I wouldn't just think of that. Do you know what I mean? If I just sat in my kit and jammed, that's not the sort of phrasing I would instinctively come up with. But by like having a listen and a learn of a classic like this and just taking it in, man, what a great starting point. Perhaps, like I said earlier, for creating our own fills. I'll play it with the click one time at 88. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So again, just something I wouldn't come out with. Amazing fill. I'll do a full playthrough of that song shortly and probably a talk through of it as well. Like I say, shout out to Alan for requesting it. A nice reminder of that tune and Dave Grohl's amazing phrasing. Always a lovely thing to do. Even if you don't learn a whole song, take a great moment that you like, pull it out, learn it, and then goof around with it. Then, of course, you can start to experiment. Obviously, then it's just a start point. Go nuts. Shout out to Alan. Thanks for watching as always. Really appreciate it. See you soon.